considering angles on a parallel lines. First, we must understand the concept of angles, straight lines, and parallel lines. Two or more lines are said to be parallel if, when drawn on the same plane, they will never meet, no matter the length of their production or how far they are extended. Best example of a parallel lines are the side rails of a ladder. Yes, the side rails of your ladder. That is the side where people call the legs of the ladder. And also another example is the steps of your ladder. No matter how these steps are produced, they will never meet each other. So such example or such line are known as parallel lines. In other instances, a line can be drawn across these parallel lines. Let's call the line XY on this diagram. Line XY on the diagram. When these lines are drawn across or cut across the parallel line, such line is known as a transversal line. Take note of this. A transversal line is a line that intersects two or more parallel lines at a distinct point. Therefore, on the board we have line A produced to B, line C produced to D, line E produced to F. All these lines with the arrows are parallel to each other. No matter their length of production, they will never meet. Again, another line was drawn across line XY. This line that is drawn across the parallel lines are what we call a transversal line. There are basic relationships that we establish between this transversal line and the parallel line that is drawn across. Take note of this. Such relationship is what is taking us to the first, corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are on the same side of the transversal. Example, this side, angle A is the same as this angle, which is also the same as this angle. Corresponding angles are the same. They are the same. Example of a corresponding angle using this diagram. This side is corresponding to this angle, also corresponding to this angle. They are basically on the same side of the transversal. For example, let's say this is 28 degrees. This is also 28 degrees because they are corresponding angles to each other, 28 degrees. The next is alternate angle. This is an angle that lies between two lines on opposite sides. Example, angle A is the same as angle A. They are basically the same. Okay, let's consider an alternate angle on this diagram. This portion or this angle is alternate to this angle. That is to say, they are the same. If this angle is 50 degrees, this is also 50 degrees. Again, this angle is alternate to this angle. If this is 75 degrees, this also will be 75 degrees. Number 3, interior opposite angles. Interior opposite angles sum up to 180 degrees. Example, A degree plus B degree gives 180 degrees. Interior angles sum up to 180 degrees. Therefore, they are supplementary. Again, vertical opposite angle. Vertical opposite angle other, directly opposite to each other. They are basically the same. Example, angle A is the same as angle 8 degrees. If this angle is 85 degrees, subsequently this will be 85 degrees. Again, this angle is the same as this because they are vertical opposites to each other. Number 5 is adjacent angles. Adjacent angle, basically they are angles on the straight line. They are drawn on the same line, which produce to 180 degrees also. Angle A, 8 degrees plus angle B, B degrees, gives 180 degrees. Alright, find the marked angles X and Y on the diagram. We can't have the proper understanding without knowing what the types of angles are and also the relationship established between the transversal line on the parallel lines. If you haven't watched our other videos where we talked about the types of angles, acute angles, obtuse angles, complementary angles, supplementary angles, and also subscribe to this channel. Alright, in the diagram we have X degrees, 74 degrees, 1 to 8 degrees, and Y degrees. We are required to find Y, X, and Y degree. On the diagram we have X degrees and 74 degrees on the same plane, which is on a straight line. And one of the theories says that sum of angle on the straight line is equals 180 degrees. Therefore, this plus this give 180 degrees. X degrees plus 74 degrees equals 180 degrees. Reason angle on a Alright, collection of items. We have X is equal to 180 minus 74 and X is equal to 106 degrees. Therefore, X has been determined as 106 degrees. Again, we have 128 degrees and Y degrees. Still on the same plane. At this point, 128 plus Y degrees also gives 180 degrees. Angle on a straight line sum up to 180 degrees. Take note. Angles on a straight line sum up to 180 degrees. So we have 1, 2, 8 degrees, 8 degrees plus Y degrees equals 180 degrees. Reason angle on a straight line Therefore, making Y the subject, Y degrees is equal to 180 minus 128. When this number crosses over the right hand side, the sign changes from positive to negative. And Y degree is equal to 52. Therefore, the marked angle X and Y are 106 degrees and 52 degrees respectively. Let's consider this example on the board. Find X on the diagram. So in this diagram we have 3x, x, and 2x. Okay, to determine the value of x, this is angles on a straight line. 3x they all lie on the same plane, straight line. Therefore, the condition for angle on a straight line states that sum of all the angles on a straight line is equals 180 degrees. Therefore, we have 3x plus x plus 2x is equal 180 degrees. Condition: sum of angles on a straight line is equals 180 degrees. Always ensure you state the condition for which the angle is being determined. Take note. So we have 3x, rewriting this, 3x plus x plus 2x is 180 degrees. Collection of items, 3x plus 1x plus 2x gives 6x, which equals 180 degrees. 6x equals 180 degrees. Divide the two sides by coefficient of x, which is 6. Therefore, dividing two sides by 6 cancels 6, and left with x equals 180 degrees minus 6. And we have x is equals 180 degrees divided by 6, where x equals 30 degrees. Therefore, x is 30 degrees. If you substitute this value into the original equation where we have 3x, x, and 2x, it will definitely give you 180 degrees. That is 3 times this. Let's check. 3 times 30, which is 3x, plus x, which is 30, plus 2 times 30. This is 90 degrees, plus 30, plus 60 degrees. 90 plus 30 is 120. 120 plus 60 is 180 degrees, which simply defines the theorem that states that sum of angles on a straight line gives 180 degrees. Ensure you click on the subscribe button.